Hello, good morning to all of you students. So last lecture we have covered the design of cantilever retaining wall. So today we are going to see how to design counterflow retaining wall. Okay, generally I have told you the difference between the counterflow retaining wall and the cantilever retaining wall. The difference here you can see when the height of stem is greater than 4.5 meter 4.5 to 5 meter, it is preferable to provide the counterflow retaining wall. For larger height of cantilever retaining wall, it will be uneconomical. Why it is uneconomical? Because already you people know that this is stem, and in cantilever retaining wall, the stem is going to behave as a cantilever. The action of the stem is a cantilever action, and if height is more, so directly if height is increasing, the movement is going to increase, and if movement is going to increase, in that case still is required is more. Okay, so that's why here to overcome with this point, they have suggest to provide the counterflow. If you can see the plan, okay, of retaining wall, here you can see the counterflows. Here you can see the counterflow. So this counterflow we have to provide, which attached with the stem and the hill slab. Okay, so due to attachment of counterflow to this stem and hill slab, it is going to act, the stem is going to behave differently than the cantilever retaining wall, and the stem is going to behave as a continuous slab. So here you can see the deflected shape. Okay, and there last lecture we have seen how to design the stem of cantilever retaining wall. So here change is design of stem and design of hill slab. Design of toe slab remains same, but only change in design of that stem slab and design of hill slab. Okay, so now already the various terms, that basic things, what are the various parts of retaining wall, counterflow retaining wall, what are the counterflow we have discussed earlier. Okay, now take one problem. Okay, design of counterflow retaining wall. If the height of wall above ground is 5.5 meter, SBC of soil is 180 kN per meter square, angle of friction 530 degree, and unit weight of backfill is 18 kN per meter cube. Keep spacing of counterflow as 3 meter. Coefficient of friction between soil and concrete mu 0.5. Adapt M20 grade concrete and mix Fe415. So this is given data. In this given data, first is a H2 height already we have seen. That if you take the retaining wall, sorry, it's not working here. So if you typical see the stem, hill slab and toe slab. Okay, so here the H they have given always in exam also. H2 already we have considered. H2 is this side. This is H2 we have considered. Okay, and total height we have considered here. This total height we have considered as a H. Total height we have considered H, and this width of retaining wall we have considered small b. This we have considered small b. Okay, so given data h2 they have given 5.5, sorry, QU SBC of sub 1 and phi is 30 degree, gamma density 18. Now first thing we are going to calculate the coefficient of active earth pressure, and coefficient of active earth pressure is 1 minus sine phi plus 1 plus sine phi. And if you are going to put the value here, the value with the coefficient of active earth pressure is 1 by 3. So minimum depth foundation required here, so we have to use this formula to get the depth, and this is ym. The depth below putting our foundation is ym. This is ym. Okay, so ym we are going to calculate by using this formula. It is K active earth pressure square into Q0 divided by gamma. Q0 is the SBC of soil and gamma is the unit weight of soil. So if you are going to put value, we will get the minimum is 1.11 meter. We have to round up this value and provide the foundation as the depth below depth of footing is 1.3. So total height h here. Now if you have the h2 plus ym, so h will be the h2 plus ym. So this is h2 and ym. So total height is there 6.8 meter. So now we are after getting the total height h, we have to use our basic thumb rules, which is used for fixing the preliminary dimensions of the retaining wall. So preliminary dimensions of retaining wall, we have to consider for counterfort the base width, that is b. Okay, this b how to get? So 0.5 into 0.5 h capital H to the 0.6 capital H is the overall height of the retaining wall. In this case it may be from 3.4 to 4.08 if we are going to put value of h, that is 6.8 here. So we are going to consider the value in between this, so 3.4 meter to 4.08. the value in between this is 4 meter, so b is equal to 4 meter here. And then after knowing the value b is 4 meter, toe projection, so toe projection is this. So toe projection value is this. This is toe projection. Okay, and how to get value of toe projection? So by thumb rule, it is 1/4 to 1/5 of b. B, that width of base, okay, which we have calculated just now. So that value, 4 meter value you are going to put here. So that value will be 0.8 meter. Okay, and the width of counterfort required. So width of counterfort here 0.03 h to 0.06 h. Okay, h again here we are going to put overall height, and consider that value will be 300 mm after calculation. And thickness of stem, so this value, so thickness of stem, the T value, we are going to use this formula, thumb rule, h by 25. And same, after putting this value, you can say small d is equal to 260 mm, and with considering the 40 mm cover, you can make that value 300 mm. Okay, and the section selected is shown in figure below. So here you can see the preliminary dimensions. Just we have seen the dimension, thickness of stem 0.3, the width of toe slab 0.8, thickness and stem again 0.3, and projection of hill slab. How to get the projection of hill slab? Already we have calculated the b, we know the thickness of stem, and we know the width of toe slab. So if you are going to subtract this, the width of toe slab and the thickness of stem, will get the projection of hill slab, that is 2.9. okay, and in plan you can say, so here the distance between the counterfort, this is plan, this is stem, okay, this is stem here, so here you can see the stem, so here you can see the stem, so here this is stem, and these are the counterforts which is placed at distance 3 meters center to center. 3 meter center to center. Okay, and if you consider internal dimension, that will be the 2.7, and the thickness of counterfort, just by using thumb rule we have calculated 0.3 meter. Okay, that is 300 mm. And that here you can see the total height of counterfort is 6.8 meter. Okay, and the depth below putting we have calculated as a ym. This distance we have calculated the ym, and this they have given as 5.5 meter. That height of retaining wall above ground, that is 5.5. So total height is 6.8. If you are going to subtract the thickness of hill slab here, so net effective height of counterfort will be 6.5 meter. Okay, so now already I have discussed in last lecture that before going to design every water retaining structure or the soil retaining structure, we have to check the stability of the structure, against overturning and against sliding. So to check the stability of structure against overturning and sliding, first we have to calculate the overturning moment, and then we have to calculate the stability moment. So how to get overturning moment and stability moment, just I will revise. Already I have discussed in the last lecture, but again I am going to discuss with you people that, see, this stem is going to fail, the soil pressure is going to act at bottom, and due to that force is going to generate, and at a distance h by 3 this force is going to act, and this due to this, okay, at point O, this force P is going to generate a movement at point O, and this movement will act like this, and this movement is called as a overturning movement. The structure can overturn due to this force, and this force comes due to the soil pressure at bottom. And the pressure diagram for soil as per Rankine, the soil pressure is going to act like this. The soil pressure is going to act linearly varying like this. Okay, and this value is here Ka into gamma h, Ka into gamma into h. So if you get the pressure diagram, pressure at base, you can get the force, and if you get the force, you can get the moment, and that moment at point O is called as a overturning moment. Okay, and now to avoid this overturning, okay, now to avoid this overturning, we have to calculate the stability moment, and stability moment is going to act to the structure to become in equilibrium condition. Okay, to be in equilibrium, the equal and opposite movement should be created in the structure to structure remain in position. Okay, so for that, if you are going to consider equal and opposite movement for this, that movement is called as a stability moment. That movement is called as a ms. That moment is called as a ms. Okay, and after knowing that overturning moment is this, how to get value of ms? Okay, that is stability moment. How to get stability moment? And stability moment about point O is generated based upon the unit weight of soil. Okay, so unit weight of soil. Now so for unit weight of soil we are going to consider, so here, now to get the unit weight of soil, to get the value of, this is stability moment. Okay, and here this is stability moment going to act like this, and here this MO, overturning moment. This overturning moment is going to act like this. Okay, so overturning moment and sliding moment. So sliding moment we are going to calculate at point O, and which things you are going to consider to get the value moment about point O, the stability moment. So we have to consider the unit weight of soil which is going to act on this hill slab. Okay, so here if I am going to consider the soil backfill here, so the weight of this soil backfill I am going to consider here W1. Okay, and unit weight of stem I am going to consider as a W2. So this is W2, weight of stem. Okay, and third thing, unit weight of base slab. So this W3 I am going to consider the unit weight of this base slab. Okay, so we have divided the retaining wall into three parts. First part is this. So first part is the soil surcharge or the earth backfill on the hill slab. So this is W1. W2 is the stem area. This is stem. Already you people know what are the various parts of retaining wall. So this is stem. And third thing is total base slab. The base slab which includes the toe slab and the hill slab. So this thing. Okay, so now to get the moment at point O, we have to calculate first force. Okay, this is W1 we have to calculate. So how to get W1? In this W1 here in this area we are going to put the soil. So there is already soil, or after later on we are going to put the soil here. So to calculate the force here, we have to use volume into density. To get the volume we have to get the total height. So total height here 6.5. Okay, if you can see the clear height here, 6.5 meter height, and width for W1 calculation, the width is here 2.9. So 6.5 into 2.9, 6.5 into 2.9, you can see here 6.9 and 6.5 into 2.9. Here this value should be 2.9. This should not be 2.7 here. This value should be 2.9. So 2.9 into 6.5 into density of soil 18, and we are going to consider 1 meter width of retaining wall. This side is retaining wall, and that 1 meter we are going to consider. So that volume we have calculated, volume into density, we are going to get the force. That force value is 315.9. Okay, so this W1 value, force magnitude in Kn, that W1 we have got 315.9. Now we have to calculate from point O. We are calculating the stability moment from point O. Okay, so we have to know where this W1 is going to act. What is CG? Where this center of gravity, where this force is going to act. So this is going to act here at center. So we have to get the distance from point O. So to get the distance from point O, we have to consider this distance. So this distance will be 0.8 plus 0.3 and half of 2.9. So here, so addition of these two, total 4 meter, okay, minus 2.9 half. So you will get the total distance 2.55, and the magnitude is 805.5 is a stability moment due to W1. Similar way we have to calculate the moment for W2 and W3. For W2 again we have to consider volume into density. So height here 6.5, width here 0.3, and density 25. You can see here 0.3 into 6.5 25, and CG, where CG is going to act 0.8 plus 0.15, so that value 0.95. And if you are going to multiply this force meter distance, you are going to get the moment. So here again W3 is a length total 4 meter into depth is a 3 meter 0.3. So 0.3 into 4 into density of concrete, that is 25. Okay, so if you get the force here, and the distance CG is going to act for base slab at center, so that is 2 meter. So 2 meter we are going to put here, and if you are going to multiply, you are going to get the sliding moment as a 60 here. So if you have due to all the forces, or due to all the weight, we have calculated the various forces due to soil embankment, due to self weight of stem, and due to self weight of base slab. Okay, so addition of this all moment due to this all forces, the total addition is here 111.8, and that will be the stability moment. The stability moment ms about point O. So here is a stability moment, and weight, total weight of back wheel W1 plus W2 plus W3 will be 394.65. okay, so this is about the for counter rotating wall how to calculate the overturning moment and sliding moment. Okay, got it. So next, after knowing the overturning moment, after knowing the stability moment, next thing we have to calculate again the overturning moment, and the overturning moment we are going to calculate based upon the pressure. So whatever the pressure, so this overturning moment we have to calculate, and already I have told you how to get value of overturning moment in cantilever returning wall also. So m0 overturning moment, you are going to get k into gamma h into k into gamma into small h cube divided by 6. How we have got this value? So I will explain once again. So if you are going to consider to get value of m0, the soil pressure is going to act like this here, okay, and the base value maximum pressure as per Rankine, that value is k into gamma into this is small h. Why? Because we are going to consider the height of stem only here. So maximum pressure k into gamma h, if you are going to convert this all pressure into the force, okay, if we are going to convert this value into force, so this force will be 1/2 base of triangle. So base of triangle is Ka into gamma into h, okay, into 1/2 base into height, and height here h2. So the total pressure is 1/2 into k into gamma into h. So that value is Ka into gamma into h square. So we have got this is force, and the force, where force is going to act, that force is going to act at a distance from h/3. So if you are going to multiply this with h/3, will get the moment. Okay, so this is only the force, this is 1/2, sorry, so this is 1/2 into pressure k into gamma h into h. Is small distance, this is h is equal to, okay, the height of stem only, h. So this is 1/2 base into height is a force, and the force is going to act at Cg, that is from h/3. So if you are going to take h/3, the total movement, then movement will be, see here, then movement will be, this is, if you are going to consider this is h cube here, this is h cube 1/3 into 1/3 into here, this is total 6, and into 18, 6 into 6.8 cube. Okay, so you have got the moment like this, and then the moment value will be 314.14. okay, so after completing this thing, so here I think, okay, k, this is k value into 1/6 into 18 into 6.8 cube. Okay, so after calculation of the overturning moment, okay, we have to take the check of whether structure is now safe against overturning or not, because now we have calculated the stability moment and overturning moment. Now we have to understand first thing, due to overturning moment, here, sorry, 1 minute. So due to overturning moment, structure is overturned like this, about point O. Okay, and just we have calculated the both moment, stability moment and overturning moment. So if the value of stability moment is more than m0, in that case structure will be stable. Please understand the moment at point O. If moment is like this, the structure is going to overturn like this. This retaining wall is going to overturn. This overturn like this. Okay, but if the moment stability moment is more, in that case you this thing can avoid. But IS 456 say that if now please remember one thing, if m0 and ms value both same, in then structure is in equilibrium. But IS 456 say that this value, the ms value should be 1.4 times more than the m0 value, and then only you can say the structure is safe against overturning. So this is IS 456 parameter 1.4. So now by considering this, we are going to check the stability. So here factor of safety against overturning. So formula given in IS 456 is 0.9 into ms. See again 0.9 ms here. So for factor of safety, again here IS say that the value of for safety against overturning, the value of ms you should not take full. That value again you have to reduce by 10%, and only 90% value you are going to consider while you are taking the check for factor against safety. Okay, so here 0.9 into total stability moment which you have calculated 199.8, and here overturning moment. So if you are going to calculate this value is more than 1.4, so you can say this structure is a safe. Okay, now second thing, we have to take the check for sliding also. So this is check of overturning. In major thing is here how calculation of overturning moment and stability moment. Please understand the concept of overturning moment and stability moment. Okay, why it is required and why the stability checks are required in a retaining wall. So it is hence okay, there is a no worry about the overturning of the structure. Now next is a sliding force. So sliding force is one more thing along with the overturning. Due to this force P, structure can slide. Okay, if the friction between the coefficient of friction is less between the concrete and soil in between, in that case there is a chance of sliding of the structure. And stability means the structure should be in the same position. Structure should not fail in overturning and sliding also. Sliding means this structure is going to slide due to this force P. Okay, and that we have to avoid. And who is going to restrain the structure to slide? The total self weight of the retaining wall. So the maximum if the self weight of structure along with the backfill is more than the horizontal pressure, in that case you can say the structure is safe against sliding. Again IS 456 say that there should not be like this, the horizontal pressure P, the horizontal force P and W, if both are equal, in that case structure is in safe in equilibrium. But IS 456 again say that this value should be more than 1.4 times. And while considering the value of P, that value of P again you have to reduce by 10%, only 90% value you have to consider. So you can say here, you can see here sliding force K into gamma h square by 2, that already we have discussed how to calculate the force earlier. So 1 by 3, that this coefficient of active pressure, 18 by 2 into 6.8 h square. Here we have to consider the full height. Okay, because we are considering the sliding check here at base, so we have to consider here 6.8 pole distance. So here 6.8 square, so that sliding force is 138.72. and the resisting force, so resisting force here QU, that coefficient of active earth pressure you have to consider, and 0.9, this 0.9 should be written like this. I think some printing mistake here. Like this. Okay, so coefficient of friction between soil and concrete is mu into 0.9 plus W1 plus W3 plus W3. Already we have calculated W1 sulfate of soil, weight of counterfort, weight of stem and weight of base slab. Okay, by putting this all value you can get resisting force as 181, and as per against factor of safety sliding, this value is 181 point divided by the total force we have calculated, that value is 1.3. But as per requirement of IS 456, actually this value is more than 1.1, so actually it is safe. But as per clauses of IS 456, that value should be, that F2 factor of safety against sliding should be 1.4. so here need to provide the shear key, and we have to assume the depth of shear key provide 300 mm. Okay, so here we are going to stop today, and next lecture we are going to continue with the how to design now stem in counterflow retaining wall. This is stability check only. Okay, thank you.